Dork Knight is here, and he's probably happier than night one.
Oh yeah, this was way better. I don't know if you saw my tweet, but if they would have just done uh, Cody versus Cena, Punk versus Gunther, Naomi, Rhea, and Io, the women's
Yep.
tag title match, the 6-pack TLC, and the celebrity match, just because that would have been a solid one night. I would have given that a 9 out of 10. As it is now, I can only give it a 6 out of 10 because I gave yesterday a 3 out of 10. So the average out to a 6 out of 10. But I very much enjoyed tonight's show. I know you guys have talked about it, but if there's anything you want, my take on, I watched the whole thing. Got MJ to watch
Everything. We've all been running around in circles, so you can tell us everything.
Well, I really, really enjoyed the women's triple threat match a lot. I tell you, Io and Rhea, they just need to I think Rhea needs to turn heel. I think she and Io just need to have a program, and I think Rhea should win that finally. I think she should. I think Naomi should drop the title to Stephanie Vaquer in Paris. And then I think a heel Rhea going up against Stephanie Vaquer to help elevate Stephanie Vaquer, you have her win, just to kind of feed more of that fuel of that angry heelish Rhea. I think is how I'd like to see that go. I don't know if y'all agree with that or would like that, but that's kind of how I feel about that. And then Dominic Mysterio. I actually love Dominic. I actually predicted he was going to lose because I think he's going to win the AAA title, but I'm glad that he didn't. So that was entertaining. The Solo Sikoa match I could have done without. That was the worst match of the night easily. It was terrible. Brought the overall down for me. The women's Intercontinental match, dude, I can't. I'm sorry. It was so blatant. Her getting out of the zip tie and then putting her hand back into it, and the announcers fucked up and even pointed out and then say, "Oh no, she must." It was so bad that it took me out of the whole match. I just couldn't. Even though that match went exactly how I predicted, like almost to the letter. If you watch my preview or my prediction video, went exactly how I thought it would as far as the ending with Bailey. That fucking 6-pack match was insane. It was awesome. I loved it. Had my MJ was so into it. She actually thought Candice LeRae was legit, hurt. So when we were watching the post show and she was there making jokes and doing stuff, she was like, "Okay, good, girl's fine." And that was in the main event. That was John Cena's best match in years. I was impressed. I was really, really impressed. And as a Cody Mark, I loved the ending. So that was my super quick Cliff Notes version of.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I gave tonight a 7 point. I don't want to give a 7.5. It was like a nice fun. I had fun. It wasn't crazy good, but it was fun. I had fun watching it. I'm a very jaded person, so it's tough. It's tough. It's not WWE's fault. I'm jaded. If I was 15 years old, probably would have thought this was wild and cool and maybe given it an 8.5 or something. But
yeah, I gave it an 8.5 myself because it was live.
You were there,
so it was a different feel.
That makes sense because I gave it a 7.5. If I was there, I'd probably give it an 8.5. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it was like I said, the only bad match to me, and the guys in the chat are saying that my mic is low. Do you guys have a problem hearing me?
It is really low. I turned you way up on my end, so.
Okay, I'll try to turn it up on my end. The solo match was the only bad match, so that's why
which shocked me.
What was Fatu doing at the end? What did he do at the end? What the hell was that?
Okay, yeah. So basically, the match is over. Solo gets out of the cage, and all the guys are being tossed in the cage by Jimmy Uso, which I thought was okay, why are they doing this? And then it was just all for that moonsault spot off the top of the cage, which I'm like, dude, you could have done that during the match.
You should have. That's exactly what I said in the chat. Does this sound better? I got it closer to my face.
Whoa, you're really loud. Now, hold on. Let me turn you down. Don't touch it. I'll turn you down. I'll adjust you. You're fine. All right.
I had it down low for the when I was recording the video because I didn't want the mic in front of my face.
I was watching your predictions earlier to see what would, because just to see what you were saying, and so
I got four. I got the 4 out of 6 right. The last 2 matches were the ones I got wrong. Because I really thought that John Cena was full of shit. I thought
yeah.
it was.
Well, and
Exactly.
dude, tonight he was overplaying it at the beginning, like he was being super
smiling
smiley
too much.
Yeah, it was like he was trying to say,
hugging Cody.
Yeah, so he was like making you think he was gonna turn back heel, and he wasn't. So I almost wonder if he was doing the over happy on purpose to throw you off. Very interesting.
Which he did.
Yeah, he did do that. He really did. I would bet on that. That's kind of funny. I appreciate that. That was good.
Yeah, and by the way, Dark Knight, I was actually, when I was there, because again, it's so funny because normally you're paying attention to what's going on in the ring, obviously, right? But then to the corner of your eye, you're looking at all the stagehands getting ready for like the next, like, not spot, but like the next entrance or this or that, blah, blah, blah. And the moment we saw those pyros, as soon as Cody was leaving the ring, which I thought was kind of odd because, yes, this was Cena's final SummerSlam, but it's like something feels off. And you're thinking, like Joe and I were thinking, maybe we get a via satellite video from Rock saying you failed me and now I'm going to stick the beast on you or whatever like that. But we still got the beast. It's just, we haven't been able to utter his name until now.
Brock Lesnar was not on my radar at all. Like, if you watch my Joe, I don't know if you saw the part in my prediction video. I was convinced. I even said I think I was like 95% convinced The Rock was going to show up because of the promo Cena cut.
Did you see my poll on X?
I did. I voted in it. I voted for The Rock, actually.
Yeah, and Brock was number 2. He was, they didn't.
And honestly, your poll was the first time Brock even entered my mind. So why did you say, did something come out on the internet or something?
No, it's been something that I've loosely said. Like, I mean, it could be Brock. We watched.
But I also argue this too, though. Having one screw job finish the night before, just only have the same one in the second main event would have been seemed like, a little bit too much. And especially with WWE, they like to pace things a specific way. So the fact that we got CM Punk getting screwed after winning the title with Rollins in that fake injury, which I kind of had a feeling that they weren't reporting on it. So that's why it kind of felt weird.
We talked about it last night. I totally called that shit. Like, I knew that was
Yeah, same. But when it comes down to the Cena thing, again, I didn't mark down Brock on my score. It was just awkward how Cody just let him have the ring, despite the fact that it wasn't his last show. Because if it was his last show, then yeah, give him the ring, let him say goodbye to the fans. Matter of fact, you probably even didn't see this after the show went off air, but Cena's music plays after he got F5'd by Brock, and he looks into the camera and basically says, "Cut my music." Like, no, I don't want to. Like, I just got F5. Let me hear the crowd and how they appreciate me, which I thought was actually kind of cool.
Right on.
I was hearing Brock Lesnar or Dean Ambrose was going to show up at SummerSlam. I was hearing neither one. And I was like, okay, can't be Dean Ambrose because he's still on the contract. But then it's like, all right, maybe something. I knew something was going to happen.
Anything cool happen after the show?
Yes. Yeah. So, well, first and foremost, I don't understand what Dean Ambrose has to do with either Brock or Cena, but that be as it may. But what happened after the show was actually interesting. So Cena's walking up the ramp, doing his, saying goodbyes and stuff like that. But interestingly enough, he like looks at the camera and kind of just says, well, here we go. As if to say, like, this is either going to be really good or this is going to be really bad type of a thing.
Well, I think it's going to be really good for the fans, but really bad for Cena.
No. But in the sense of like, I think he's kind of telling us like, okay, this is either going to be really good in terms of how the fans are going to react because of Brock's recent, allegations, even though that they're not proven. But at the same time, though, knowing Cena, he knows the internet pretty well and knows what not to
wait a second. Dork Knight, you're at the press conference?
No, this is just this. I use NVIDIA Broadcast. It's just the same setup from my prediction video. I didn't change it. So
what?
It's software called NVIDIA Broadcast.
Shut the fuck up. You're a liar. You're at the fucking press conference. I know it.
He's rubbing Triple H's balls as we speak.
Here, do a Triple H impression and make up some bullshit stat that WWE Yeah, we inflated the ticket prices by 300%. But surprisingly, this is a sold out show, and this has made more money than any other show in history.
Rostoff, was it sold out? You were there. Was it sold
It
out?
was okay. So there was 50,000 from what I understand each night. It was not sold out because I was there for WrestleMania 29. That was basically 98% sold out. This was probably maybe 70. I would probably no, not even like maybe 60% sold out.
Yeah, because they said there were 54,000 people there last night and 60,000 people there tonight.
Yeah, there might have been 60, but like again, it was very close because it's like even if you wanted to add other seats that normally are not added. And also, by the way, they never give accurate numbers anyway until you actually ask the arena, ask the stadium, or ask whatever commission, because they actually do have the accurate numbers.
Yeah, they the only people that know, I guess, for sure, the fire marshal, because they have to know.
Yeah, and that's how Meltzer gets his numbers, because he has to call the stadiums to get those accurate numbers just so he can put them in the reports.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I look, and I can actually show you photos. I'll post them up in the Facebook group chat where literally I'm seeing tarp areas, especially for night one. There were a lot of more tarp areas than there were for night one than there were night two.
Well, yeah, there were. Well, so I saw this picture on Twitter, but I don't know if it was real or AI. I don't know what to trust anymore because of AI. Were there like a lot? The picture I saw on Twitter, it made it look like on the hard cam side there were a lot of seats tarped off. Was that?
Yeah,
were you there yesterday?
Yeah, I was there yesterday. There were a lot of tarp seats, both in the lower section as well as up in the cheap seats.
Okay. Maybe that picture was real then. Shit. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I got photos, so like I'll post them. But yeah, honestly, I hate going to a show and people accuse me, like whenever I like take photos and all of a sudden it's like, because I never comment on if there's tarp seats. That's mainly the trolls that are in the comment section. Mm-hmm. So it's stupid. But yeah, I mean, you can't lie that it's not there. So when everybody says like, oh, the show is sold out, no, it's not.
Even every show, Vegas is not as big a market, probably. I mean, I guess it is now, but I've lived here 15 years, and there's always been on the hard cam side, whether it was WWE or AEW. They usually don't even sell a lot of those seats. That's usually where like the wrestlers and their families sit. Is
yeah.
So
listen, at the end of the day, Mommy's always on top. That's all she's gonna say. That's all she's gonna say in her next promo. I'm bloody peace. Did I not the champion?
Hey. So I'm just curious, like everybody that's here in the Discord, what was your guys' like favorite spot of the night or favorite moment of the night?
You know what I keep hearing a lot of tonight, despite its unsuspecting nature, is that people love Candice LeRae going through the ladder.
That's my girl's favorite.
Yeah, and I also like Dexter Loomis. Dexter Loomis, when he jumped off the turnbuckle and went for the table, it's like it looked like he fucked up midair and then he just like crashed right through.
I will say for night one for me was both Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns going through the ropes and over the top rope, but for probably tonight it has to be Montez Ford. He's just a freak athlete.
He is, man. No, that ladder match was fucking fire, dude. Really? So last night,
I mean, I think the one on SmackDown was better than the one tonight. I also think this one was a little bit shorter than it should have been. Like, I think they should have given it a little bit more time.
They could have given it more time. There wasn't a UFC fight tonight.
Yeah, and then putting 6 teams in there, to me, I think makes it a little too cluttered. The best is when it's like the best is when it's a triangle ladder match, or maybe at most 4.
Yeah, at most 4. 4 would have been fine. But so Rostov, because I'm surprised you said yesterday that was your favorite spot, because I thought everybody would agree that Logan Paul on Jelly Roll, did that not look as good live as it did?
It looked good live, but we're so used to it though. Like a lot of that stuff that Logan Paul does, he'll like do something different once or twice in a match every once in a while.
He did it to Jelly. I thought he killed that man. I was tweeting. I was legitimately concerned.
It looked good.
I hated that spot because you know what? Jelly Roll. I hated that spot because Jelly Roll was looking up and was like clearly doing like I'm gonna catch him pose for like 50 seconds. And was so obvious, and the camera was right on him doing it, and that's what really threw me off.
Jelly Roll did a lot worse at the end with the frog splash, like the way he put his arms there and was just like.
Jelly Roll looks like he shouldn't have been wrestling. Like I was concerned for him wrestling.
I tweeted a couple of times, like, you know, I had a heart attack back when I was 400 pounds. Now, granted, he's lost 200 pounds, but he's still 300 fucking pounds.
I mean, he's lost that because of Ozempic because he does not look healthy.
I don't care
at all. Like, he doesn't look like a fat guy who lost weight healthily. You know what I'm saying? He looks like a fat guy that took drugs to lose weight. So, but maybe I don't know. Maybe that's just his body.
However he did it, the point is he's still 300 pounds. And there were a few times, like, you know, MJ was watching it with me. I tweeted like 2 or 3 different times, I do not want to see this man have a heart attack on live television. Because, like, it looked like there were a couple times where it didn't look like he was selling. It looked like he was in legitimately, like,
dude, the one spot that I hated when he was selling was basically kind of like the Mankind Mick Foley spot from King of the Ring, where it looks like he's about to go out, but he literally just he braces himself and he lets go of the referees as they're trying to take him away, but he doesn't go down to one knee. He just wobbles over to the steps as if nothing happened. I'm like, bro, keep selling, and if you don't think selling works, sell some more. You know what I mean? And it just felt awkward to me.
We're really getting mad at him. We're really getting mad at him for not selling, and then John Cena goes for a fucking table and then gets up in a second. So like, we're
no, dude,
Jelly Bean is ruining the business. He wouldn't sell going to the steps longer than he should have.
Don't even get me started on Cena. He's been away so long, he's forgotten how to sell. He takes that crossroads worse than anyone I've ever seen. It's terrible.
I got to bring this up to you. So basically, there was a pocket of fans in the crowd that were saying he can't wrestle, and then like the majority of them saying yes, he can.
Dude, he's just.
Well, he had. I'd say this was his best match.
It was his best match, but he takes the crossroads terribly.
Like,
yeah, he does.
Horrible.
You know what? Not many people, not a lot of people take it great. Like Roman doesn't take it the best either, but like, you know, some people take it amazingly, some people just take it averagely, and then some people like Cena just take it like shit.
Every time Cody gave Cena the crossroads, it looked like it hurt Cody more.
And there was a bit too many finishers in this match, and I think that's starting to become every main event match now, where there's just like, okay, well, it's the end, so hit 40 finishers. Like, no, you can do other moves.
I was shocked though to see the pile driver spot. I was shocked when I did see that.
The pile driver spot was cool. The code right on the outside.
She'd never seen that move before, and when the announcer said that, you know, that's an outlawed move, she's like, "It damn sure should be." It was so funny.
Well, that's what I said, dude. It's a street fight; anything goes. So it's like no holds barred. Which, by the way, this is what's so funny. You have a no holds barred match on the same bill as a street fight. Same rules apply, and you can't pin. And I think somebody said it on the commentary where it's like there are no pinfalls on the outside of the ring because it's not falls count anywhere.
Yeah, and, you know, Rafa, I pointed that out too. Like I've been pointing that out for a while. I'm like,
I said the same thing in my video. One of them should have been a falls count anywhere. One of the two.
Well, one of them should have been on a different night. The women's intercontinental title should have been night 1, but you know, it's so weird. They put all the stipulation matches on night 2. The ladder match.
The only match that wasn't stipulation tonight was Dominic's. That was the only non-stipulation match.
Yeah, and that was the worst of the night. The
worst match was the Solo Sikoa match. Give me a break.
Yeah. Okay, well, you know what? That to be fair, that might just be because I didn't watch that match. And so when I came back at that match, the match was over, but I thought it was still going on because there was like 10 more minutes of like action in the cage.
Bullshit. So, that match was so disappointing. You know.
I mean, it's that whole storyline needs to just wrap up. You know, it's been going on a bit too long.
Quickly.
And I don't care enough about, like, I like Solo. I think he's funny. But the bloodline, it's so dead. They're a bunch of jobbers now that like take orders from like a goofball. And then, you know, I like Jacob Fatu, but I feel like every promo he cuts now is like the same. So when he used to do those like shout type of promos, like, nah, here's the thing, man, I'ma beat you down because I'm all gas and I know brakes, you know, all that stuff. Like, I thought that was cool at first. But now he just says the same thing every time, and now it's just becoming another. And now it's just becoming another guy with another set of catchphrases that they're trying to spew out instead of cutting real promos, because nobody wants to cut real promos. They want to spew out catchphrases and say like two things and then promo over. Time for a brawl segment. Like,
Yeah.
no,
and it makes it worse that Solo, all he does is rip off these Jacob Fatu's terrible promos. Like, he came out to the press conference, he for 2 minutes, he just did the no gas, no all gas, no brakes, yada mean, and then left. I'm like, what the fuck, man? It's like, yeah, people. You know who's good, cuts good promos is fucking Zelina Vega. She needs to be teaching these dudes how to cut promos, man, because she's actually good.
Yeah, like everybody now is so like focused on complimenting each other too. You notice that, where they're like, "You are the best. You really are. Like, you're great. Hands. Let's give a round of applause for this guy." Like, why is there always like this congratulatory and like, and I'm honored to be standing in the ring with you, even though you cheated me out of the title at WrestleMania. I'm honored to be wrestling you, John Cena. Like, what? You know, like, it doesn't even make.
Well,
I don't
with
know.
Cena, I mean, it's his final year. Everybody's gonna blow him.
But the guy screwed you out of the title. You would be mad.
Yeah,
Like, that stage moment was pretty cool when Cena came up from the stage and AA'd him.
Oh yeah, it was very cinematic, very movie-like when he was coming up the elevator. That part. Thanks for letting me come on and talk wrestling. Have a good night, y'all.
Thank you, Dork Knight. Good to have you here.